Is Pollo Loco ripping you off? Let's go inside and see. So it's been at least a couple of years since we've come to Pollo Loco, but take a look guys, they still haven't brought back the salsas. You have to beg for it at the counter and they're stingy with it. So we've been waiting a long time for our order. So in order to see if Pollo Loco is really ripping us off, we have to go home now and measure this out and see how much rice we got from a pound that I cooked earlier. So what I'm gonna do is dump out the rice that we just picked up from Pollo Loco. And I'm measuring it out because I want to see how much we got for the price, all right? So I have 1 cup so far, and then it looks like it's just about another cup that's left in the container. So for $5.99 plus tax, you get 2 cups of cooked rice. So I'm asking you, is it worth it to pay that much money for this little bit of rice when you can make it at home yourself? Question, answer down below what you think so far. Anyways, what I'm doing is a little trick. I told you, shh. Quiet, Joe. We're gonna go ahead and dump my cooked rice that I made yesterday into the Pollo Loco container, so that way when Joshua comes onto the scene to do the blind test study, he won't know. He'll think that's the Pollo Loco rice, right? So here we go. 2 cups of the Pollo Loco rice in the see-through container and my rice in the Pollo Loco container. And you know what guys? They look kind of similar, right Joe? They look kind of the same. So Joshua's taking too long, so I brought Joe in, clean up his Wheels' shirt. Do you have an old clunker that you'd like to sell but you don't want to deal with random strangers showing up at your house? Contact Wheelsy. The link is in the description of this video because The Bear Pantry Show is an affiliate and they're the only affiliate that I have. So if you have an old car that you want to sell, contact Wheelsy through my link that's in the description, all right? So let's get back to the show. Joe's going to put on the blindfold. Right, so this is a blindfold that he uses for his sinus issues. He plugs it into something to get it warm, but right now it's just a blindfold. So I'm making sure he can't see, right? And I'm gonna sneak in for a kiss.
Wait, so you want to say that's the only way you could get a kiss, you have a blindfold?
Yeah, that's the only way I could get a kiss. I have to blindfold him. So I'm letting him taste. He can't see nothing. Can't see nothing. So he's tasting the Pollo Loco one first. Then he'll taste mine. Okay, 1 or 2?
For who?
For which one is mine?
2.
How you know?
It takes.
I feel so good that you knew my rice. How did you know my rice?
A different texture, a different taste. It might taste, well, it tastes similar, but it's a little bit different.
I think mine has that lime taste because we put lime in it and cilantro, right? They might have put cilantro in theirs too, but it might have cooked away. But the lime taste for sure, and the texture of the rice, my rice is different because Joe is the one that always helps me cook rice. Even though I put everything together, I always call him over to check the fluid or the liquid in the rice because that really matters. You want to tell the people if you want a sticky rice, what do you do versus if you want a loose grained rice?
If you want a sticky rice, you maybe wash the rice one time. But if you want a fluffy rice, not fluffy, but
a loose grain.
A loose grain rice. You got to wash your rice at least a good 4 to 5 times until you don't see no more white.
To take off all the starch?
To take off all the starch.
Okay, so this rice is not washed at all because we toast the rice in a little bit of oil. Stick around guys because I am going to show you how I made my rice towards the end of the video, all right? But right now I want to go ahead and wear the blindfold because Joshua still didn't come out of the bathroom yet. And let me tell you what happened. So Joe was messing around in the see-through bowl which has the Pollo Loco rice. You guys remember that we switched it, right? And then he changed his mind and he gave me rice from the Pollo Loco bowl, which is my rice. At the end I asked him this question. Is the second one Pollo Locos? And you had the nerve to tell me no.
Right.
That the Pollo Loco rice.
I make a mistake. I was thinking that the Pollo rice is in the container. It's right container. But
all right. I'm gonna give you that one because I switched it and I messed up. I messed it up in your brain because you thought the rice that was in the Pollo Loco container was the Pollo Loco rice. So I also knew our rice, and I think again I knew it because of the lime taste versus the Pollo Loco one. But you know what? The taste is so similar, though, right, Joe?
Yeah.
The taste is so similar. So then Joshua comes on the scene and we blindfold him. Come, Josh.
Oh, I kept it in the packaging.
Yeah. So
You gotta mix it up then.
I'll mix it up. Don't worry.
All right.
And I'll put the spoon to your mouth.
No. I can't believe this is on my face and my eyes are closed.
All right, ready?
Am I in the camera?
Open. That's one.
All right.
Two questions. Which one is mine? Number one or number two?
One.
Well, you can take it off.
100% number one is yours.
This was number one.
What? What the hell, bro? I mean, huh?
I switched it when you weren't looking. I dumped out Pollo Loco rice out of this.
Oh, you switched
Put
them?
my rice in this because I know you were gonna go out the bathroom and see this container. This is our pollo and this is mine. So you got it right.
Okay, I was like,
Mine is
oh,
correct. Okay, so which one tastes better? And you don't have to say mine. If they're similar, you can tell the truth.
Where's the spoon?
Because I don't know which spoon clean anymore.
That doesn't matter.
Joshua don't care.
Okay, so this is Pollo Loco, right?
Pollo Loco.
Looks wise, I don't know.
That's mine. If they're similar, you can say. If Pollo Loco is better, you can say. Then you're blocking that camera, boo.
It's interesting. Theirs has a little bit of something at the end, and yours doesn't. But it's not a bad thing.
Slightly more spicy.
Oh, which one?
Do you taste more lime in mine?
Yeah.
You taste versus theirs, right?
Yeah, I honestly I don't hate either of them.
So Joshua thought that the rice, they taste like really close in the taste, but this wasn't the exercise of the video.
Right.
What I wanted to do wasn't so much is it gonna taste as good. I wanted to know, is it worth it to go buy that little $5.99 cup of rice from Pollo Loco to get 2 cups of rice? I could see if you're buying it for just the family at home to share some rice, but if you're gonna take it to a potluck, because that's what most people will do when they buy that container like that, right? They'll take it to some event and they're paying a lot of money for 2 cups of cooked rice when you could cook it at home yourself.
They got a bigger container, not about that. Maybe like,
Probably $23 for that.
who knows?
So like I promised, I'm gonna show you guys how I made the rice. So let's take a look. So the first thing I did was set some water to boil because I want to boil some tomatoes that I have because I don't have any canned whole tomatoes. So boil it for 10 minutes and then put it in the ice water. Is that called blanched? I'm not sure if that's called blanched, but put it in the ice cold water to shock it so we could peel the skin off, all right? So I'm gonna set this aside for a little while, just a few minutes, and then I'm gonna peel the skin off. See how easy it comes off now? And then I'm gonna dump it into my blender canister along with some chopped onion, and we're gonna blend. Then we're gonna go ahead and put this on the stove top and pour it in here, and you're supposed to let this cook for like 15 minutes, but sometimes you only need for it to go like 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm adding salt and cumin, a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of cumin, and then a little bit of vegetable oil, and the rice is unwashed.
I said you should have washed it.
No, but the recipe calls for it to be toasted. So when we toast the rice, we put the peppers into to cook the peppers at the same time, the serrano pepper. And it's 1 pepper and it's diced up, all right? So right now, what this is coming to, the rice is like $1 something for a pound of rice. And I'm doing 3 cups, but a pound is like 2.5 cups. That 1 pepper is nothing. And I think the most expensive part of this dish right now are the tomatoes, all right? And I'm gonna put tomato sauce in it too. So just let's keep watching. So I brought Joe in to check the level of the liquid because whenever you're putting tomato sauce or anything thick in the rice, you can't put too much more water because that's going to be a problem. So I started off with 1/2 cup of water, and then as the water cooked out of the rice, Joe came and stirred it with his little chopstick here. And as needed, he'll taste it right now to see if the grains are cooking. We call it if the rice is soaked, right, Joe? Many people say if the rice is soaked.
touch water in there. You don't want it too grainy, right?
Mm-mm.
It's always good to start off with less water.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what you're doing in these rices like this.
Okay, so you're whispering. It's always good to start off with less
It's
liquid.
always good to start off with less water.
Mm-hmm. Less liquid because we
Less-
put a lot of things in here.
Less liquid because they put a lot of stuff in here.
And then you can always add.
Right.
But you can't remove.
No. Not like when they're doing white rice and stuff like that.
Okay. So did you guys listen to what the rice whisperer had to say? You're really good at rice. I always say if we go on that show Survivor, I'd want to be paired with you because if they give you a sack of rice, we would survive on that show. We wouldn't need nothing else. You would find a way to cook it. You would sit on it and sweat it. You would So now here I am adding my lime and my cilantro. You're supposed to add this to the end when the rice is already cooked. And stir it again. The cilantro is going to get worked in. So you see how easy it is to make this rice? You're going to get 6 whole cups of rice. So if you want to take it to a potluck or a party of any sorts, I would say cook the rice. It would be cheaper because 6 cups of cooked rice came to not more than $3 compared to 2 cups from Pollo Loco, right, Joel? For what, $5.99 plus tax. So to answer the question that I posed in the thumbnail and the title and everything else is what did I say? Is Pollo Loco ripping us off? Yes, they are. But in their defense, guys, they have to pay all these workers, which, by the way, they need to train these workers. They were grumpy, huh, Joe? They gave you one little thing of salsa, the green one, the avocado. Oh, that's one that I'm gonna have to look up how to make their avocado salsa and make a video on it. And they gave him a little red salsa, and he was afraid to go back and ask for any more because they wanted to bite our heads off, right?
I was going back and ask the kid, but I said, you know what, nah, leave him alone. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
And tell me why, when I got to Pollo Loco, I knew that I was gonna have to buy Joe a meal. I had to get my darling husband a meal. He loves Pollo Loco. We used to go there all the time, and I couldn't have the heart to walk in there to buy a tub of rice and not buy this man a meal. I didn't need the meal because I had my ground turkey to come home and eat, and I just put all the rice together and ate it, and I was happy. So I didn't need their chicken. Did you like it, babe? Did you have fun?
It was good.
You enjoyed the meal for a change, huh?
I haven't eaten Pollo Loco maybe for a good like 3 years or so.
2
years.
We went back in 2021 when the things were opened up, and we went one time. We didn't eat in there, but we bought the meal and brought it home.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've eaten Pollo Loco. But anyways, I love this exercise that we did. And I want to do more things like this. Like one of them that I want to do is make this meal that we like from our favorite restaurant that we haven't been to in about 10 years. Right? We haven't gone to the restaurant because there's one meal that I like to buy from there, and I've learned how to make it, that I'm not gonna go give them my money, but we might have to go give them my money for one plate, and we make the plate and compare it to see what all we got for the thing. We might. Anyways, guys, if you like what we've produced here today, go ahead and hit the like button for me. Of course, I look forward to your comments, and I know you've already subscribed, right? What's holding you up? It's free. What do the other YouTubers say? It's free 99.
It's free 99.
Bye, guys.
Bye, people.
Look at Daddy's meal. Go, Daddy. Go, Daddy. It's your birthday.
This is the Beth Andrews Show.